it happens in business. People try and cross the boundaries, and you have to put your stake in the ground and set those boundaries, because it's about protecting your mental well-being and learning to say no a bit more as well.
Yeah,
which is quite hard to like people.
Yeah. So, I mean, what do you think? What do you think is the role of sort of reaching out to people, like mentorship or networking, or just having supportive people around you? Because there is a balance to be struck, isn't it? Because you want people around you to actually challenge you in terms of your thinking, so you can actually grow. But at the same time, people can be so negative to actually take you down. So where do you place the balance in terms of the right people around you who are just supporting you to the extent that you don't actually see the real world of where criticism could be that can help you to grow, or just people who are just criticizing you all the time and take you down?
And that a big part of that, again, Alex, is about, that even comes into protecting your peace kind of thing, because if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. If you have ambitions, business ambitions, career ambitions, then you don't want to be the smartest person in the room. I joined a mentorship beginning of this year. I was by far not the smartest person in the room, and I was really happy because I knew that I was going to get pulled along by my bootstraps.
Yeah.
And these people were all had a business, trying to grow a better business. And that's the kind of people that you need to be around. If you're getting negative energy and negative vibes, then, you can move. You're not a tree, get up and move, change, move from the group. You write your story, you create your story, move, change. If it doesn't feel right, if it's too negative, don't stay with it, because all of that energy and other people's attitudes and yours and what you give off is contagious, right? Our energy and our emotions, we connect with people emotionally, but all that is energy. So, that's all contagious. So if you join a networking group and it doesn't feel right, or you're not getting the right kind of vibes from it, leave. Leave before it's too late and you become one of them as well.
Yeah.
It's, they always say, don't they, you're the sum of the 5 people you spend the most time with. I agree with that to a certain degree. I spend a lot of time with my family, and none of them are like me. But my business point of view, definitely, I'm really rigid now. Well, not rigid, but I'm a lot stronger with the people that I spend my time with, the groups that I'm a part of, and I've stripped away a lot of the noise. And I do think less is more, because it's so easy now these days to, especially on Facebook and things like that, to be in a dozen business groups and all this noise going on. And actually you just need to strip a lot of it away and cut out a lot of noise and find 1 or 2 really good groups that have a similar mindset set to you, a group that's going to pull you along, is going to elevate you. It's cutting some of that noise out is definitely, I think, will eventually, I think, help you to grow quicker.
Yeah. Wow, that's awesome. So what would you say to people who they probably get it, they understand the concepts, maybe in their head it all makes sense, but then still say, well, either it's all good to say it, but it's easier to listen to it or say it, but in practice to actually do it, it's more difficult. What would you say to people like that?
Are you talking about when it comes to sort of taking responsibility and showing up as yourself?
Like to understand about mindset and discovering their purpose and vision, and actually following, doing that. It's so well said, good to say, but difficult to actually do in practice. Yeah?
And it is, let's be honest, pretty much every bit of theory that you probably want to know about any business, you could probably find on the internet.
Yeah.
So, so therefore, why don't people get things done? Why don't people achieve the success that they want? Why don't they get the things that they want? Why don't they go and do it? Because theory alone isn't enough. You have to connect with what it is you want. I firmly believe that you have to know yourself and who you are, and be willing to go deep. You can do when you know what you want, and I hope it's freaking big and amazing and wonderful.
Yeah.
And you start to get some motivation. Now, motivation doesn't last. You have to have discipline for that. And that comes. But you don't necessarily have to have all the steps planned out to get to this big, amazing thing that you want. But you've got to know you so that you know what this is, so that when the shit hits the fan, you're more likely to keep going. And that's why you need a mentor and a coach, someone that's there when you take a step back. Because, working with a coach or going for your goal or anything like that, it's not linear. It's not an A to B straight line situation. You're going to have spurts of energy. You're going to have spurts of progress. Then you're going to have setbacks. And then you're going to have problems and hurdles. And that's when the challenges come in of working out, do I keep going? Do I quit? How do I keep going? And that's when, having the support of a mentor or a coach or a peer or a mastermind group or something like that, that's when it becomes invaluable. And it helps to have somebody you can soundboard with, you can brainstorm with. Because I tried to do it on my own for years. Like in the beginning of property, I was trying to do it all myself. Yeah. And if only I'd got, my first coach like 6 years before I did, my growth would have 10x'd.
Yeah.
And I think that's, I always say to people like who, coach with me, I said, whether, like when they're looking at coming on board, I said, whether you come on board with me or not, you have a business. If you're serious about your business and you're serious about your life, always have a budget. Always have a budget for a coach.
Yeah.
Because the trouble is we tend to think, no, I've got to put it into logistics. I've got to put it into this, a bit of equipment, this, that, property, whatever. And they think those things come first. But actually coach comes first because the coach works on you and you are the business. Business is personal. So that's where your investment must go first, in you. But so many people get it the wrong way around. I got it the wrong way around. But once I did it, like 6-7 years in, suddenly, like, I doubled the amount of properties I had really quickly. My mindset changed, everything changed. And I was like, why didn't I do this earlier? And the reason I did it earlier was because I didn't want to spend the money. Which is what people do. So I know that's what happens. But honestly, the investment is you to begin with in your business. Invest in a coach, some good support, and always have a budget for that. I have an education budget. And, a certain percentage of my income goes in my education budget so that when there's a new coach I want or something else, I've got money there to invest in myself and to grow myself.
Yeah. Yeah, it is a false economy for people, isn't it? They think I can use the money for something else. But I think in most cases it's because they actually...
Sorry.
Because they actually can't see that there's no immediately visible here tangible result of what you're actually gonna get out of a coach. But in most cases, actually, you get a lot of stuff. It could be the networks that they can introduce to you, the business opportunities, and just even the clarity of mind in itself is so invaluable. Just like you've put it, that you're the business.
It is hard, like I say, when you start up in business or wanting to, you say you've got like 5-6 grand and you think, well, I don't want to spend that on a coach. I'm going to go and put that towards, like I say, maybe some new software or whatever, marketing or whatever. It's hard to not go and do that. And like I say, I know that because I did it myself. But you have to see the core of your business is you. And I would be astounded if anyone couldn't see that. If you strip it all away, like my thing said, it starts with you. Your business idea, it started with you. You came up with that idea. You started that business, whether it was a business partner or whatever. It started with you, and it will end with you. Yeah. And you're the driving force of that business. So unless you grow, your business isn't going to grow. And business is personal. So invest in yourself from the get-go, from the absolute get-go. And I promise you, you might say there's two people and one invests in the coach and one doesn't. You both go off to be property investors. Yeah. The first guy, and you've both got, 50 grand. Guy A, he goes off and puts 50 grand on his first buy to let and he's off and he's running. Second guy, he takes 50 grand and he spends 20 grand on a coach. He's got 30 grand. He's a bit short, can't get his first property yet. But what he will learn from that first coach is and by the time you get 3-4 years down the line, I guarantee you the person that got the coach will have a better business, probably more properties, more capital than Guy A. Guy A is still struggling on his own. He might have 4, 5, 6 properties, but he started sooner, but he's only got 4, 5, 6 properties. Guy B probably got 15, 20 properties. He's got joint ventures going on. He's got all sorts going on because he got a coach, and his growth level personally is 10x. He will be. It's not having that short-term thinking and thinking bigger picture.
Yeah.
I want to be in 3 years' time. If I could be hit in 3 years' time, I have 15 properties, or I get one now, and in 3 years' time, I'm only going to have 6. Where do you want to be? You want to be, I want to have 10, and I want to have capital and joint ventures going on and other strategies going on. And I want to be more in touch with who I am, feel more connected to me and more fulfilled.
Yeah. Wow. So education is key. So it is key to invest in it.
It's learning about yourself.
Yeah.
If you don't know yourself, you're screwed.
Yes.
Sorry, but you are. If you don't know, and I only speak, I'm speaking from experience. I'm working with clients that don't know who you are. If you've got very little self-awareness, it's always going to be a struggle.
It's struggle. Yeah. It's interesting you put it that way, because when you're doing something that is you and you're passionate about, it almost doesn't feel like work, isn't it?
No. That's really true, Alec. It's like, when I did first did property, I worked stupid hours, but I loved it. It was my passion. And then there's the same with coaching. I started coaching for free, and that's because I loved it. I didn't need to get paid for it. I just loved it because I didn't care about getting paid for it. But you can't really know what you want until you really know who you are.
Who you are, yeah.
You might think, I want this business and this car and that, and then you get those things, and then you don't fit, and you get them, and you're like, well, this doesn't feel how I thought it would feel. It doesn't feel how you thought it would feel, because they aren't the things that you really wanted, because you're trying to fill a hole, and you're not going to fill a hole with things, people, and places, really. Yeah.
Well, because I know a coach who, he likes speaking and just talking to people. He said to me, sometimes he'll wake up like from 7 o'clock when he has his first appointment to mentor and talk to people until like 9. And he's still feeling energized because he's just enjoying so much sharing the knowledge and talking to people. And,
it is. When you must know, like, when you do something you love.
Yeah.
Like it's effortless, and that's why I say it's the same with being yourself. You love on yourself, and you love yourself, and you like who you are, and you show up who you are. It's effortless.
Yeah.
Effortless, and that's how it should be. Instead of using all this energy to present to the world that this fictitious person or whatever, or try, maybe it comes from shame and embarrassment, those things are part of the gap as well, and that comes from experience with children as well. But it should be effortless.
Yeah, it's like kids with video games, isn't it? It's like they can't put them down. They would rather not have dinner, but they still play video games.
Yeah.
They can't do their homework, because that's not important, but video games, they'll play all day. So you need to get yourself to that position of something that you're passionate about. And
it's hard for people that like I used to do a lot of hours, like I said, in property, and I used to try and explain to my partner that it didn't. I was working a lot of long hours, but I didn't feel like that. It's because, and I always said, but it doesn't feel like work. You're calling it work, but to me, it isn't work.
It's not work.
I loved developing and turning something from a really rundown place into a bigger place or a beautiful place. I loved it. It just didn't feel like work at all.
That's brilliant. Now, Sam, that's been awesome, talking to you and just grasping all these concepts about being yourself, because you're rightly saying it starts with you, so
it all starts with you. It does. Everything in life starts with you, because it's perception, it's your reaction, it's your behavior, it's your emotions, and you get to control that, because your mind, you can control your mind. You can change your mind, so you can change reality, you can change how you see things, you can change your emotions, and it starts with you, but you've got to be willing to do the work and go there. If you want things to change, then you've got to be willing to change. But it starts with you. It all starts with you.
Yeah, and if you're not willing to do those things, don't complain and judge people who have actually taken the effort to actually do those things, and they're experiencing the success and all the good stuff.
Because you're a prisoner to that, right? You're then a prisoner to them, and they're in control. They're in the driving seat of your life then, because what are they going to do next? And then they do something, and you react to it, rather than saying, you know what, it doesn't matter what you do. I'm in the driving seat. I'm controlling what I'm going to do. So whatever you do isn't going to affect me.
Yeah.
Whereas other people are in the, I want to be in the driving seat. I want to be in control of my behaviors and my reactions. Like I say, I'm perfect, but it's something that I work on a personal level all the time, and I will till the day I die, because it's about showing up as best I can be and getting the best out of life.
Yeah, that's brilliant. So if people are looking to find you, get in touch with you, how can people find you, Sam?
So just look for Sam Adams Coach, really. That's who I am on Instagram. Or It Starts With You is my podcast, but you can also go to my website, which is sam-adams.com, and it's got everything on there, really.
Yeah, okay, brilliant. So I was going to finish on a light-hearted note, which is this or that game. So give you two options, quickly pick one, discover who you are.
Okay.
So the first one, if I say cat or dog?
Dog. I have a dog.
Yeah, you have a dog. Oh, brilliant. Breakfast or dinner?
Oh, God, dinner.
I had to think about that one.
I like my food.
So you're a morning or evening person then?
Oh, morning, definitely morning.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Good. Beach or mountain?
Oh, beach, 100%. These are easy questions.
Good. Tea or coffee?
Oh, coffee. Don't drink tea.
Yeah.
These questions.
A call or a text?
Oh, text.
Text, yeah.
I'm a modern girl.
Yeah. Brilliant. And then last but not least, freedom or hope?
Oh, gosh.
That's a big one.
It is.
Do you want people to have hope? Because hope will carry people forward, isn't it? But then you want people to be free so they can do what they want. But what is freedom without hope? Or hope without freedom?
There's very difficult questions. I'm going to go freedom just because, I said it, I think, at the beginning when we were talking, like, my version of success is showing up in the world as the real you and having the freedom to live your life as you want, your week, your way.
On your terms, yeah?
Exactly.
No, Sam, it's been awesome. Thank you very much for coming on the podcast. I'm sure we'll be in touch. I'm always listening to your lives, and I'll keep tapping into that wisdom of yours. It just gives so much energy as well for people, especially when it's the start of the day, like a Sunday morning. It just makes the rest of the day, positive mental attitude to carry you through the day. So that's
thank you for inviting me on. It's been fun. I've really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's really been good. It's really been good. So I'm sure we'll catch up soon. And thanks again.
Thank you very much.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye.